off the ledge because you're a fucking dumbass. Hello everybody, I am Flameless Soul, and today I welcome you back to Horizon Zero Dawn. When we last left off, we had made it to what I believe is the facility that Gaia was located in. It's all blown up. So now we are going to enter it and maybe see what really happened. So let's get into the game. Alright, so first things first. Activate this here scan. I don't know why. I have to be further back.
Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
Good to know. Thing to note about this game is really quiet. And I've had this happen with a few games. Like,
mind your footing.
Thanks. I've had this happen with a few games as of late, where the audio is just really weird. I'm truthfully used to having to, like, turn down games in some way, shape, or form, but there are a few games where I'm just like, this is quiet, and I have no way to actually make them louder. This is one of them where, when I'm talking, I can barely hear this game, because I do have my own voice going back through the headphones, so I can tell what I'm saying.
Way across.
Well, not what I'm saying, so I can tell that I'm being recorded. But when I speak, my own voice in my headphones is louder than the game. That was the most simple thing ever, Aloy. Why is that stressful? We've done far worse than that at this point. Hell, even that was worse than walking over that pit.
Not this way. Maybe further up the shaft.
One of the only things I truthfully have issue with in this game is identifying where I need to go in the parkour sections. Because the combat, barely any issue with the combat at this point.
This must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
Yeah.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. With the last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders and lottery winners and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific, and none of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself, to a quiet planet, a barren sphere. Just Gaia and her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
Interesting. That was one of those things where the longer I listened to it, the more I was like, you seem really upbeat for this dream. And then it clicked in my mind. I was like, well, considering the actual circumstances.
I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
So I'm guessing that's going to be like an end game thing. Okay, so they're literally just listed as under repair. I can't read them, guys. But considering the actual circumstances of that, the time that she'd be having that dream.
What is this?
This appears to be a thing. Yeah, real descriptive. Alright, let's see what it is. But that dream probably would be considered a nightmare at that point.
I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for.
Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
She went and did it herself.
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close.
So that's how she died.
It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So... happy trails, Liz. And... see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
I'm glad I held this for its own video, rather than having
That
it...
was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobeck. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
Yeah, legitimately, I'm happy I held this for its own episode, rather than attaching it to last time. Because the last episode was an action-focused episode. This wouldn't have fit in that. We're going to listen to all these before we talk to Silence.
Hell, Liz. I know you're never going to hear this. That's not the point. You got to play the Savior and the Martyr all at once this time. Great work.
You'd hate it, Liz, but I wrote you a eulogy. I had to try to express all your children. After all Apollo has taught them, they'll think they know everything. But they have to understand what you did for them. How you loved the whole world so much. With an intensity that was dazzling. Bruising. And in the end, it killed you. Or you died for it. Different perspectives. No one could keep up with you, live up to you. I don't know, maybe if I hadn't taken that postdoc in Joburg. I'm glad you shot down the Lightkeeper protocol in the end. I don't think I could have taken seeing another one of you. I mean, Elizabeth Sobek. There's only one. I miss you.
Uh-huh. So there was a protocol in place to clone or in some way replicate Elizabeth.
Look, Liz, you're a pretty stand-up gal. I'm sorry you died. If you had a home to go to, I hope you got there first. But this monument Ronson's made to you? Kinda creepy if you ask me. Rest in peace, Liz. God knows you earned it.
I'm guessing this is the monument
Aloy?
that they're talking about.
She's gone.
Well,
Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
yep.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
Yeah, this one, like, this is the one I've been wanting to say the entire time. You're not a machine, Silence. You are a person. Or at least you appear to be. He might get it. Maybe she was better in exactly the way that he's thinking. But this one.
Can't you just for one moment stop calculating and let yourself feel? She sacrificed herself for her friends, for the future, for life on Earth. Doesn't that stir anything in you? The generosity of it.
You're trying to invest her decision with something magical. It was a rational choice, not based on sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
Maybe there's some other record at her home. That's more than likely what Aloy was thinking. Yeesh. Heavy
Hello,
stuff.
Margot. How are you holding up?
Dr. Ronson, I've been getting a lot of messages, unsolicited messages from Ted.
Margot, I'm sorry. With Liz gone, we've got no one to run interference with him. I'll talk to Ted. He mostly wants updates, constant updates, hundreds of updates on things he knows nothing about. Liz used to field all of his crap.
He doesn't understand the systems at all. I was kind of by design. But he's getting pretty sketchy with me.
We just have to keep him happy. Liz always said, keep him happy.
Are you kidding? You ever hear how she talked to him?
She was managing him, Margot.
I mean, maybe I should ignore him. He's buried in his pyramid with the Hola girls and anti-mod cookers. What can he do?
I'll be honest, that sounds kind of, that's not super heavy. That one was just seemed weird. Like there was... It's definitely one of those times where there was an entire life they wrote for these people, and I don't know any of it.
Let's start over from Eleuthia 1.
Running integrity tests. Dr. Brochard Klein. May I speak outside protocol?
I suppose so. There's no one to stop you.
Doctor, you are fatigued. You have been logging abnormal sleep cycles. Are you suffering from depression?
Well, I am trapped in a science facility for the rest of my life. How about you?
In a time slice of a quadrillion operating cycles, 10,000 are involved with processing the loss of Dr. Sobek. I have considered quarantining these processes. Do you think that would be wise?
I'm not a psychologist, Gaia, or an AI scientist. No. It is natural. At least in the context of the work you and I have accomplished, which begs the meaning of the term natural. She was your creator, the patron saint of this crazy endeavor, Our Lady of the Fervent Hypothetical.
Even assuming a string of significant failure combinations, Zero Dawn's chances of success are greater than the hypothetical.
It's called a manner of speech, Gaia. Take a note.
Okay, so Gaia was able to feel enough to mourn the loss of Dr. Sobek. Which, that absolutely means that...
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored, you found the control room.
I just fucking... You found the control room! Now just fucking leap off the ledge, because you're a fucking dumbass! Woo! You see, I've been going slow. Specifically so that I don't end up at a point like where I want to talk or there's something going on. I just whacked my microphone. So I don't end up at a point where I want to talk or there's an audio log going on and right on the other side of the door is cutscene and I know it.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By. Subtraction. I can make a better list. With a single stroke, make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
Continue.
That I don't like the sound of. That sounded sketchier than anything else. And considering Ted is the one who's completely responsible for this, he's the one who entirely caused all of this. Yo, what? I could completely fuck myself. That looks like it's a zip line to go down that way. So if I took that, I'd just completely fuck myself by doing so. I'd have to go through the entire facility all over again. Woo! Woo! Let's see what you gotta say. Come on. What's up? This room looks interesting. Mainly because it's got a bunch of corpses lying around.
What?
Which doesn't make any sense.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But why?
The alphas were in there.
Why was there no air on this side? That's what Aloy's questioning. There should have been air on this side. In fact, there should have been, if stale, plenty of air on this side.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance?
Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but
So Ted
I
fucked
need
up
you to
again.
listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See what this is about.
Is that you fucked up again?
I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. And what I'm trying to say is I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted, we've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
Ted, it doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone, all of it, every copy.
A sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice, it's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard! Millennia of culture!
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Venting atmosphere.
So Ted is responsible. That makes sense. In the most horrible way, that makes sense. The man who is so confident that his self-replicating war machines wouldn't be an issue, he let them onto the open market. That makes so much sense.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated, turned to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
So basically, Ted is entirely responsible for everything that's gone wrong in this entire world for over 3,000 years, is my guess.
The Master Override. It's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
You make it sound so simple, Silence. There was a comment that was theorizing that it was the cowboy dude, the death metal dude, the guy with the mohawk, I forgot his name, but that it was that dude, right, who had done this. And I don't think it was Ted.
Try not to fall to your death. The Master Override doesn't override gravity.
No, it doesn't. But I don't think Ted was responsible for this. But he was responsible for Apollo not existing and these people not having, well, the information that would be necessary to rebuild a society at that level. Instead, they had to start over completely. They had to go from square one as if they had just evolved into existence. How the fuck am I supposed to get up there? God damn it. Right here. God, fuck, I'm a fucking dumbass. You know how many of those I cut out in the last episode? I think I cut out several of them, but there was definitely several that I kept in because I thought they were funny. God, I definitely cut out the amount of time I spent just running around looking for a fucking way to go forward. Alright, Silence, what you gotta say? There's no more data points for me to collect. At least, none that I can think of. There's a lot less data points here than I was anticipating, but...
You're here.
all of them hint something.
For a moment.
What?
Our journey together has come to an end, Aloy.
You gonna kill us?
But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
You gonna try and kill us?
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy. buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the Eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
So you were the beginning.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. Its code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission. To wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse... the robots they've resurrected... they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
Yep, tell me everything about you and Hades.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
I got time right now!
It began with a focus. Recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jewel.
Keep going.
So you thought it was a titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
I'm gonna be honest, I forgot what the Spire
location,
is.
The surrounding geography. Who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
And the Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja civil war was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the Eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
So the Spire is just where Meridian's located. Okay. Like I said, I forgot where it was.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
I don't need to hear anything more.
Wait, what? 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 That's not what I meant to select! Fuck! What? I want to know this one.
The things you've done in the pursuit of knowledge, Silence. Pure recklessness.
Aloy, this wasn't a confession to elicit your judgment.
Unbelievable.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
I meant to ask why he
Elsewhere.
betrayed them.
And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
Interesting. Okay. Craft lance. I meant to ask him why he betrayed them, but I fucked up. Oh, the spire is just where the fucking Sun King is. We'll be doing that next time, because I can just travel over there. So, guys, I gotta ask you, what do you think? So we now know that the reason Apollo wasn't present was because of Ted. And we also know that, to a degree, Silence was responsible for the destruction of Gaia, because he is the one who created everything that Hades needed to become what it is today. But we also know that the mastermind behind all of this is Hades. So I have to ask you, what do you think is going to happen? And what do you think Silence betrayed them for? Because I clearly fucked up, and I meant to press why did you betray them, but I fucking pressed I'm done talking to you. God fucking damn it. And I don't have the real ability to reload and fix that, so. Yeah. So, if you enjoyed this, make sure you leave a like down below. Looks something like this. Yeah, something like this. You're looking for this. And if you've already done that, you can always comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why you're liking the video, but have you subscribed so you can see more of these. We do have a 400 subscriber goal that I would love to meet pretty soon. We are actually really close, last I checked. And for everyone who's already subscribed, you can help out by sharing this video on your favored social media platform. I don't care which one it is. Now, I do hope you all enjoyed. And remember, guys, smile! Because even if Silence brought about an entity who wants to end the world, he's still a somewhat good person. Right? Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, guys.